So as I walk around the city, I notice that there is a trend of people missing within the inner cities no one's talking about. All right, guys, so this video, we're going to talk about the missing homeless people. This is a trend that's been going on for decades now, but it's starting to pick up some momentum, if you will. Now, there have been people that brought up this conversation a while ago, and a lot of people seem to think that a lot of these people disappear in tunnels like subways, things like that. They OD and then they're gone, right? And then no one's able to find that body. All right. But in Los Angeles, this is going back maybe 10, 15 years ago now. In Los Angeles, they've had situations where homeless friends, reported other homeless friends gone missing. And a lot of people are trying to figure out what is going on in that regard. Now, again, guys, this is a trend that's starting to pick up momentum. I would say again, because it was picked up about 20 years ago and then it died. And then there's some people that still talk about it, but there's an absorbent amount of homeless people missing. And because they are addicts or addicted to whatever they're addicted to, people just seem to write it off as they either gone missing, they again went and hid somewhere, took their last high, didn't wake up, or in some cases, which has happened, they have cleaned their lives up and disappeared from the drug scene, which is another thing that people don't ever seem to mention. And I mention it because that has happened. When somebody cleans their life up, they're gone from the drug scene. But again, that's a different situation. So there is a video I'm going to do where I talk about my conspiracy theory or rabbit hole theory of missing people and missing kids. You guys might enjoy that. Again, it's a rabbit hole theory, so it's not, I don't wholeheartedly believe it, but I can see some of the reasons why people think this theory could be true. So as I walk around today, of course, I have my camera out. Not a single drug addict is, actually, that's a lie. I haven't walked past any, but the other spot that I go by, they're normally hanging out all over there. But I'm not going over there today, at least not now. Anyway, this is a trend. And the sex trafficking world is picking up steam. More and more people are going missing. There is one theory about organs and organ donation. So that is definitely an interesting theory that I'm going to talk about more in the rabbit hole video. I'm walking up and down these hills to get more hills, if you will, into my walk. So, taking a beating today. Anyway, this, guys, is a problem in the cities. I don't know about the suburbs, though I have heard more missing kids out of the suburbs, but adults in the city is interesting. Now, the organ black market, if you will, right? For homeless people, that doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of medical reasons why it doesn't make sense. That's why when people make those connections, I'm like, it's a bit loose there, because that's the last organ you want on this planet. Is a homeless dude who you don't know what he's doing. Granted, there are a barrage of tests that they do before. Still, they're the least likely candidate for anybody's organ donation or organ stealing or black mark organ, whatever they call it. But that's also picking up. So I say all of this, guys, to say this is now. We have law and order. We have police officers on the street, and people are still going missing. So imagine during the apocalypse what that's going to look like. People are going to look to make ends meet, and stealing other people is by way of making more money. Like I said, this is a growing trend, and it's a problematic trend, and no one's addressing it. or at least they're not addressing it constantly. Now, for those of you that live upstate, right, or out in the sticks, you guys go to Walmart or a supermarket, you have that board, I don't know if it still exists, of missing people. And I remember going there like almost 30 years ago and seeing a bunch of kids on this list who gone missing. I mean, there was a ton of them. And granted, you know, some of them are probably repeats or duplicates, excuse me. But still, I find that to be a bizarre phenomenon that's been going on for, again, since I was a kid. Keep this in mind, guys. This is getting picked up. There's more trafficking, sex trafficking going on now than there was like 5 or 10 years ago. And again, they're being more brazen about it now. They seemingly don't give a shit, and they are doing what they're taking. Now, the next level, what they're probably going to start doing is just outwardly rolling up with a van and snatching you off the street. Now, they are doing that in third world countries. They're not doing that here so far. But if they start doing it here, it's going to become a problem. Now, this is where training your kids comes in handy. Your kids have to have better self-awareness now than they did 5, 10, 15 years ago. Because of the uptick of sex trafficking, kids now have to be more aware of their surrounding than ever. There was a video I watched of a little girl who peeped a car that was following her. She stopped behind a pickup truck, and the car stopped ahead of the pickup truck, backed up. She moved to the front of the pickup truck, and this went on for about 2-3 minutes. And then the car left without taking the girl. Then the girl just took off. She ran home, I think. But still, this is becoming a bigger concern. And people need to make sure their kids are aware of their surrounding and off their phones and off those headphones, which are becoming another big problem. Anyway, guys, other than that, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.